Is YouTube really worth it? Is YouTube really worth it? Well, welcome to Creator Classmates, where we are discussing everything content creation and mostly YouTube. So, if you're wondering whether YouTube is really worth it, whether you should try YouTube, whether you really want to put in the work, well, this is my personal opinion, my honest opinion on whether YouTube is really worth it, whether you should give it a try, whether I would advise somebody to go for it, and basically my journey. So I'm hoping that you're going to use my journey on YouTube to at least inspire you or help you to make the decision that you want to make about your content creation journey. Welcome, my name is Winnie. I have been on YouTube for a year now, been monetized for 4, and I have made a lot of achievements. I have met a lot of my achievements on YouTube. I have interacted with people who I never thought I could possibly interact with. It has been a beautiful journey. There's the ups, there's the downs, there's the highs, there's the lows, there's the everything in between. So let's just dive straight into it. Well, this is my honest opinion about YouTube as a monetized creator on the app, and as somebody who uses the app exquisitely. Well, the point is, YouTube is my only app. I don't know what the word is. You tell me in the comment section. But this is the opinion of somebody who has been on YouTube for a year, longer than a year, but I'll call it a year as a creator. And I have been monetized for the past 4 months, and I have made some good progress. I'm going to be sharing with you my analytics, my nitty gritties, my challenges, my journey, basically, in the hope that it's going to help you in making your decision about your journey on YouTube. Now, is YouTube worth it? If someone was to ask me that question today, I would say yes. I think it's worth it. In my opinion, this is my opinion. So you're gonna have to listen to the whole video and decide on your own whether you agree with me or not. I think YouTube is worth it because, first of all, since I'm using myself as an example and as the point of reference here, I have been unemployed for the past 8 months now. Today is the 1st of September, and I have been unemployed since February. So all the way February to September makes it 8 months. I've been unemployed for 8 months, and in the 8 months that I've been unemployed, I have been working self-employed. I call it, because YouTube is more like self-employment. So I've been on YouTube for the past 8 months, actively on YouTube for the past 8 months, and it's been amazing. So first of all, I am giving a point to yes, it's worth it, because I don't have to work for somebody else. I work for myself. I work when I want. I record the videos if I feel like, when I feel like. I like the whole feeling of freedom and the whole feeling of like being in charge of your life. And I feel like with YouTube, you can get that. You can get that to decide how your day looks like, to decide what you do with your time, to decide how you spend your resources without necessarily having like a boss or like someone you work for. So for me, the idea of working for somebody did not sit well with me. I tried it, but the first month was good. The first month was great, but the second month, third, fourth, the more it starts to get like a routine. It just becomes the old same old things. I was feeling like I was restricted in my growth, basically, because if your work is ABC, you do ABC every day for a month, for a year, for a period of time, it becomes boring because there's nothing new in the field. Forgive the background noise. So I know you're probably thinking like, girl, just get straight to the money part, because that is probably just exactly what you want to hear. And it's okay, I'm gonna get to the money part. But before I get to the money part, I need you to realize that I have been monetized for only 4 months, and therefore in the 1 year that I've been on YouTube, for the first like how many months? 8. For the first like 8 months, I was just working, just trying to get my channel monetized, and I've been monetized for 4 months. Yeah, I have been paid each month. Some months I didn't get to like achieve my payment minimum. So apparently on YouTube there's like a payment minimum, and the payment minimum varies, but it's around like $100 or like 70 euros, depending on the exchange rate for you. So for me, my minimum is like 70 euros. So every month I have to make at least 70 euros for the money to be reflected on my bank account, right? But if I don't get to the 70 euros, like in that month, assuming I make like 40 euros in that month, so I'm not gonna get paid that month because I did not meet the payment threshold of 70 euros. But my 40 euros is just gonna be in my account. I'm just gonna see it's there, and maybe the next month, if I make an addition of maybe say 50 euros, then that is like 90 euros when you sum them up together. And basically, now I get paid the next month because I have surpassed 70 euros, which is my payment threshold. Payment thresholds vary. For some people, I've seen it's like 100, but like it's just around there. I don't know the criteria which they use to determine like the payment threshold, but mine is 70, and I have been paid. I was monetized in the month of May, and May is my highest paid month so far. May paycheck made me feel like, Jesus. I felt so good, especially since I had just been monetized, and that was like my first month monetized on YouTube. Like, do you know the relief? Do you know the joy? Do you know like the excitement? Like when you've been working for something and then finally get your first paycheck. May was my highest paid month, and it was my first month on YouTube so far. May, June, I did not meet the payment threshold. And let me tell you something. Something about working online or working like as a content creator or a YouTuber is that your mental state or your state of mind has to be so grounded and like so steady for you to make money. You cannot make money on YouTube when you are maybe depressed or going through some challenges. It is so tough, and June was that month for me. June was the month where I was feeling like I was going crazy. I was feeling like everything around me is just, I don't know what was happening in the month of June. And that directly reflected on my earnings. And even I didn't expect to earn much on that month because I was hardly posting. I was just basically for the month of June, I think I earned money from the videos that I posted in May, and they were like still rolling. But the month of June was a tough month for me. I actually had to like take a break and go home and rest because I was feeling like everything was just everything was just too much. And I think that was because I had been working so hard for like since I got fired on February all the way to like May when I got monetized. I was grinding. I was like burning the midnight oil every day. Like I was so exhausted. I think I was just pushing myself to get monetized because I didn't have a job and I knew my savings were not that much to last me for a while. So it was a tough month. It was a tough month. So when immediately I got monetized on May, it's like my body shut down. It was like, this is what we wanted. Let us take a break. And just in case you're wondering whether YouTube is worth it, I'm telling you it is worth it. But you're going to have to be like so firm and so grounded because your state of mind directly reflects your results on YouTube. If your self-doubt is low, if you're maybe anxious, if you're like depressed, if you're going through a tough season, it is going to directly reflect on your work. Because if you're having a hard time, like I was having a tough time at the time or the month of June, it is hard to even set a camera and record. It is hard to even pull yourself out of bed to do like something when you're depressed or when you're feeling low. So that directly reflects your earnings on YouTube. And something else I've come to learn is that your earnings on YouTube is directly is it directly proportionate, or like it reflects directly to like how much work you put in. The more work you put in on YouTube, the more your earnings. Especially now after you're monetized, it's like you get paid to post. So if you don't post, you don't get paid. If you post a little bit, you get paid just a little. If you post like a lot of videos, that is more sources of income for you. Personally, I take YouTube as a source of income, and I take every video on YouTube as a source of income. So the more videos you have, the more sources of income you have. Basically, that is how it works, because you get paid per video, and for how long the video is gonna be there. So if you post 100 videos, you have 100 ways to earn through the 100 videos. So basically, on YouTube, it's content. The more the content, the more the chances of you getting paid through those channels, and yeah. So your state of mind directly affects your results on YouTube. I need you to understand that first, so that you can guard your mind and guard your own self, your well-being, in such a manner that you know that it is directly going to reflect on YouTube. If you're not sleeping enough, if you're not eating well, if you're having stress, it's going to be hard to produce results on YouTube, because it is still you who's doing the work. Remember, you're on YouTube as the director, the manager, the receptionist, the worker, the cleaner, the everything. Everything boils down to you. So you have to be in a good state of mind first to be able to produce the results that you want to produce. Okay. So June was a tough month for me, because yeah, it was that was just it. I was running on empty. So June was that month for me, and then July was a good month. I took a break. I went home. I traveled home to rest after a tough June. So July was a good month. I also made some earnings, and then my earnings from June and July paid off. So I got a payment. So basically, I've got a payment in the month of May when I monetized. June I didn't meet the threshold, so I got paid July, and August as well. I met the threshold, and let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The joy that you feel when like you're able to start surpassing the payment minimum. At first, when you start on YouTube, that payment minimum feels like it's a big milestone. It's like it's this big hurdle that you're supposed to pass through. But once you've like gotten paid 1, 2, 3 times, you start to realize it's actually very achievable. It's very easy and achievable. So August was that month that I actually got paid again. Like I just met the threshold that month. It's crazy. And I realized it's because I rested for the month of July, because I went home in July to rest. And I realized that the more I rest, the more I'm paid. The more I rest, the more I'm paid. Literally, YouTube pays you to rest. So the more I rest, the more I'm paid. That is why I think it's worth it for me, because I like to rest. And the more I rest, the more I get paid. Now, without further ado, without holding you back anymore, I'm gonna tell you how much I earned for the month of for the 4 months that I've been monetized, and I'm gonna just put them in the screen here so that you can also see. So basically, when I sum up everything that I have earned on YouTube for like since I got monetized, which is now 4 months, it comes to over 500, slightly over $500. Now $500 to me is, it's not like a lot of money, but it is good money if you ask me. According to my exchange rate, when I do the difference, it makes me some good money, which is like money I can use to like pay my rent, buy food. I've been unemployed for 8 months, and somehow I'm still okay. I'm still eating well. I'm still living in a nice place. I'm still okay. Like, I get to pay my bills. I don't have a lot in excess, but I have enough to pay my bills. Now, is YouTube worth it? It depends with it really depends with you. But I also think like for the first 4 months, I think $500 is a good amount really for me. It's a good amount for the first 4 months. And it's like the beginning, I'm still learning, I'm still new in it. I have faith, and I know that with time, the more I keep doing it and the longer I'm on the platform, the money is obviously going to increase. Okay, the money is going to increase with time. The more I post, by the time it's like 1 year monetized, it's going to make a big difference, right? So thinking about it, I think it's worth it in the sense that it's still a source of income for me, but it's not my only source of income really, but it is a good source of income. It can help me pay my rent in a month. So I think that's good, because really when I started the channel, I was just hoping that it could help me pay rent, because I didn't know how I was gonna get my rent. But look at me now, my rent is paid. So I think it's worth it if you put in the work and the effort, but it is very demanding as well. it is extremely demanding, and I feel like this is the thing that many people don't talk about, this the other side of it all. It is extremely demanding to like post every day or like edit videos, especially editing videos for me is usually the toughest part, because it takes a lot of time, and the longer your video is, the longer you have to edit. So you see that. So editing is a lot of work. Looking at your phone every day is a lot. For me, at some point, I used to feel like my eyes were complaining. Let's just say that, because I was always on my screen, either editing, either recording videos. I was always doing something on the screen, and being on the screen all the time, and with the light, artificial light, the ring light, or whatever light it is that you're using on your face all the time, at some point your eyes take the beating, because your eyes are not naturally designed to be like looking at lights. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but yeah. So for me, my challenges was like the lighting, my eyes. I was having trouble with my eyes because of my working conditions as a content creator, always looking at the screen, and I was also having a lot of fatigue from like sitting, recording, and editing all day. And the biggest boulder that just hits you when you least expect, the loneliness, the seclusion. It's something else. Let me tell you, by the way, if you have like a big group of friends and you're like probably always hanging out with your friends on the weekend, um it's gonna change. To be honest, it's going to change a bit if you really want to like make the most out of YouTube in the shortest amount of time. I had to like seclude myself totally from my friends, because I just have 24 hours in a day, and I cannot spend 8 hours or 5 hours hanging out with my friends. And I have a video I'm supposed to post that day. I have a video I'm supposed to record. I have a video I'm supposed to edit. Like, I was so booked and busy. I literally didn't have time for my social life. So my social life had died. I'm like trying to resurrect my social life right now, but it is also very difficult to resurrect the dead social lives. It's much easier to start making new friends, because first of all, the person I am now is not the person I was 6 months ago. The person I am now is not the person I was 1 year ago when I didn't have a YouTube channel. Okay. So my experiences on the platform as a creator and as a consumer have obviously impacted me as a person. I think different, I behave different, I move different, and I'm finding it hard to like fit into the spaces that I used to fit in. For example, I used to be the friend who was always out on the weekends with my friends, making memories and all. And I really enjoyed myself, don't get me wrong. But I do not have that time to do that right now, because I am working on myself. I am working on my brand. I am working on my channel. Like, nobody prepares you for your social life dying. Like, it's just going to die. Unless you're going out with your friends to make content or like to work on YouTube, which is rarely the case. So yeah, I think the biggest challenge I faced creating or growing on YouTube was my social circle dying, like my friends dying. And it's now hard for me to just hang out with my friends and just talk about nothing for hours, just like hang out when I have work at home that I could be doing. I have videos to edit. Like, I don't know, it just sort of, your life is just gonna change. Let me just tell you the truth. Your life is not going to remain the same. It is not going to be the life that you know. Like, and the thing is, it is going to change in the best ways possible. Like, it's going to change for your good, for your betterment. Like, just understand that. I think the moment you understand that it's all working out for you, to benefit you, like, you wouldn't hurt so much to lose your friends. But that doesn't mean they're the end or they stop being your friends. It's just that you're in different seasons in life. Basically, I felt like it put me in different seasons of life with my friends, because right now I can easily become friends or make friends with people who are in the same field as I am, like say they're content creators as well, or like they're working on something, and like being friends with my former friends who maybe they are in different seasons of their life. They're not in a season where they are trying to build or create something. Now that is where the problem comes in. we're in different seasons. I am in a season where I'm trying to build a career of my own on online. I'm trying to build a YouTube channel. I am trying to like make a brand out of myself. I'm trying to, be my best version. And there's this friend of mine who's still in another season of their life, which I'm not saying is not as equally important, but it's different from mine, and it becomes hard to become friends when you're in different seasons. So if you're gonna get into content creation, I just need to prepare you for that, because I feel like that just hit me. It just it just hit me like a ton of break. Like I didn't expect. Like nobody told me I would be alone, and not lonely but alone. Basically, I was alone. I'm mostly alone because I'm mostly working on myself, and I'm busy. I'm a busy girl. You're about to get so busy, you don't even know. You're about to get so busy. The relationships that are like surface level are just gonna wilt away, and it's good. It is for the betterment of you and for everyone involved. And I feel like it is what it is. It is what it is. We move on. But I really feel like that is the biggest thing. I think most content creators, and I've had only a few people say this, but like the truth about being a content creator, it can get very lonely and alone at times. You find yourself spending most of your time inside your house. I spend most of my hours in my house. I only go outside when I have like errands to run, when I'm like looking for something outside. It's very hard to find me outside. I'm mostly inside my house, like working, because I work from home. I wake up in the morning and I work. That's what I do. Wake up, eat, sit down, edit a video, record, post, do this, schedule, you know. And before you know it, the day is over. Before you know it, tomorrow again, you're doing the same thing. And before you know it, it's been a year, a month. It's been months since you even reached out to your friends. And it's just you're busy. So your life is about to get so busy. So I just want you to know like how it really is, so that when you're making your decision to decide whether it's worth it or not, you get to decide like with everything on the table. Because most people don't share about this, but it's true. It's very I'm not discouraging you, but I'm letting you know that that is how it is, and it's going to work out for your good. Your attitude matters. I feel like your attitude towards how things are going to happen for you in your life is just what determines everything. Your attitude matters a lot. A lot. If you believe that everything is working out for your good and everything is working out for you, you're in a good place, and that is the attitude you should adopt. But it's not going to be all roses. It's not going to be all fresh flowers. Sometimes it's a dry season, and some months are not equal like the rest. It's not like a salary where you're expecting a fixed amount. As you have seen from my analytics, some months are higher than others. Some are lower. Some are just there. So you're gonna also have to be very smart with your finances and how you manage your finances. Your finances and how you manage them is really going to be tested if you're going to be a content creator or a YouTuber in this essence. Because, first of all, you're not sure how much you're going to make the next month. So you might make like a higher amount this month, spend it all, and before you know it, the next month, you can't even reach the payment threshold. And it happens. So you should also be good with your money management skills so that you're able to like cater for the days that are not as rosy as the rest. And again, make sure your mind is in the right state, you're in the right state of mind, because it directly reflects your work. The money is going to come with time, but when you're starting out, to be honest, the money is not even there until you're monetized. And sometimes it takes months, years to even get monetized. I know people have been on the platform longer than I have, and before they got monetized, and I know people who were monetized faster than I was. So it is different for different people. It's a different journey for different people, and I think it is a journey that tests resilience and like faith, extreme faith. Success on YouTube depends on your faith, or your faith in God to provide and like to just work out miracles for you. Because let me tell you, sometimes you need a miracle. Sometimes you really need a miracle, and it's not like I'm just telling you the truth. Sometimes you need a miracle, because you're just gonna make a video, and post it, and you don't know how this video is going to perform. Maybe it will get 10 views, maybe it will get 1,000, maybe it will get 100,000, a million. It's just, it's like blind faith. You seriously need a good amount of blind faith in God and self-belief in yourself to succeed on YouTube. As when you have set those two together apart, there's nothing that you cannot achieve. And something else I have really come to learn on YouTube is achievable for everybody and anybody who decides that it is achievable. For as long as you believe that you cannot get monetized in the shortest time possible, you are not going to get monetized in the shortest time possible. For as long as you believe that it has to take you like 5 years to monetize, that is exactly how long it's going to take you. It is faith. Faith, do you know what faith is? Faith is blind belief in something that you do not see or even know. You just believe that it's going to happen. You don't see it, but you have faith. So your faith is going to determine how high you go on YouTube. And this boils down to your self-concept. If you want to be successful on YouTube, work on your self-concept. Listen to affirmations that affirm your self-concept. Affirm yourself. Journal. Like, try to work on your self-concept. And your self-concept is basically how you view yourself. You yourself. Think about yourself. Minus anybody else. Like when you're alone in your room, how do you think about yourself? If you think that I cannot achieve this is too hard, I've seen people struggling, I think I will also struggle, that is your self-concept. Like, that is your own self-belief. You've believed that to be true for yourself. If you believe for yourself to be true that I can get monetized in under a year, you're gonna get that. It's exactly like, it's like you giving yourself the permission to be who you want to be. Say that again. You're giving yourself permission to be who you really want to be. Like, if you've decided that I want to be a content creator, like a serious one, and I'm paid to create content, and you allow yourself to be that, then you can be that. Nothing can stop you. But what is stopping you is your self-concept and your self-belief. You believe that if I go on YouTube, I will not make as much money as people are making. That is exactly what's going to happen for you. Because that is what you've allowed. That's what you've believed. That is what you believe yourself to be worth. It's like somebody tells you, hey, you're worth more. You're like worth like gold. And you're like, no, I'm just a copper. I don't know the difference between copper and gold, but like, you get, like, somebody could see you as this big, magnificent person who can achieve things. But you yourself, you believe you're so minuscule, like you're so small. Have you ever seen people like those? Like, when you look at someone, you're like, they really have potential, but they don't know because their self-worth is so small, they don't believe that that is achievable for them. So for you to be successful on YouTube, is it worth it? Yes, for my case, I think it's worth it. My journey just started, and so far so good. So I think it's worth it. It has helped me here and there. I have grown in how I think about myself. My self-worth has improved. Because I knew that my self-worth was gonna determine how high I went, and I've been working on my self-worth as much as I've been working on my YouTube channel. And let me tell you, I am not the same person I was 1 year ago. So yes, it is worth it. Yes, the money looks different for different people. There's somebody else who makes like $500 a month. Somebody else makes like $100 a month. Somebody else makes like $1,000. It all boils down to your self-belief, self-worth, and your own personal journey. You don't want to compare yourself with somebody who makes like $1,000 a month and they've been on YouTube for like 10 years and you're just starting. Not that you can't make $1,000 when you're starting. Again, self-belief, but like, give yourself some grace. Like, as long as you're winning, just celebrate your small wins. Your time is coming. I think it's worth it. But you tell me what you think in the comment section. And I'm going to see you in my next video. Make sure you're subscribed. And success on your content creation journey.